Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here. So today we're going to talk about Terry McLaurin, give you guys an injury update on him. Will he be ready for week one? Also be going over some PFF grades, talking about some studs, duds, stock up, stock down. If you guys are new, subscribe. It really does help out the channel, and hit that like button. Helps the algorithm. Also check out BetUS and the Discord, links in the description. Alrighty, so a solid performance by the Washington Commanders yesterday. Really the only negative is the Terry McLaurin injury, and maybe not a negative, but the annoying part is the Ravens fans crying all over Twitter today, acting like, or saying that, oh, this is our Super Bowl, blah blah blah, we try hard, it's so many of these things, and saying how they don't care, but they clearly do, because they're writing 8-paragraph essays about how stupid the Commanders looked. It is what it is. I'll talk about that at the end of the video, but just wanted to get that out of the way. So Terry McLaurin, let's talk about that first. So he's dealing with a toe sprain based on the initial diagnosis. This was early on. This is what Ian Rappaport said. And then he tweeted out, good news out of the MRI. Sources say there's optimism for week one for Terry McLaurin. More day-to-day than anything, with the scan showing no major injury. That is good news. But I mean, he's getting this from the team, so they're gonna probably be more optimistic than some others. A lot of the doctors, and these are real doctors, but they don't have the tools and the information that some of these other people have, so they don't really know the full story. But a lot of them are saying that he might be playing week one, but he's not going to be 100%, or he might sit out week one or week two. He might not be 100% for like 5-6 weeks, which we're 2.5 weeks until the season. So let's say he's out until week 2. Maybe he's like fully healthy week 2, week 3. I don't know. It's really tough to say without really knowing the whole situation. But he avoided major injury, which is good. It really sucks though, because it is an interesting dilemma. Like, do you want to play your starters in the preseason? A lot of the good teams do it. I think I saw the Chiefs played a decent amount, and I can't remember. It might have been the Bills or Bengals that played a decent amount. But there's some teams that don't play at all. Like the Jets didn't play in their first two, the starters, but I think this past game they did. With the Commanders, it's a different situation kind of, because they have a whole new offense, new offensive coordinator, new QB, so they need the reps. Maybe Terry McLaurin doesn't need to be out there, but like the O-line needs to be out there. The running backs probably do, the tight ends, and some of the lower tier receivers do. So, and honestly, you want Terry probably should have been out there at least for a little bit. Maybe not into the second, end of the second quarter, but he needs to get those reps with Sam Howell. They did get them in the joint practice. I really hope it's nothing too bad. I mean, it seems like it's not anything that bad, but I'm hoping he doesn't have to miss time. But I do think that this could linger a little bit. So, if he has to miss 1 or 2 weeks for him to be 100% for the rest of the season, let's go ahead and do that, because you don't want him to be, let's say, 90% for the full season, or let's say 85% for the whole season, instead of just, he's out week 1, maybe week 2, and then he's like 95% from week 3 on, or 100% after like midway through the season. We'll see, but yeah, we avoided disaster. And Nicky Jabala kind of said the same thing, and there's optimism he can be ready for week 1. Let's talk about some studs and duds, PFF grades and stuff like that. You got to take PFF grades with a grain of salt. But these were the grades. Jake Fromm with an 83, which anything over, I would say 65 is like pretty good. Not like great, but like it's above average. I don't know what it is exactly, but like, and in the 70s is good, and then 80s plus is really good. And then like if you get 85 plus, that's like into the elite territory. And then you see Nolan Laufenberg, a good grade. Diami had a good grade. Cornelius Lucas and Jonathan Williams had good grades. Jahan, Derek Gore, Sam Howell had a good grade. One of the top players. I mean, he's the 8th highest player, highest graded player. But you think about it, they probably had like 30, 35 players playing, because, I mean, the first team offense has 11 on the field, but they got a couple other guys that switch in and out there, and then you got the second team and the third team. So probably like 35 plus players that played. So being in the top 8 is good, and I think he was better than that. The PFF is weird with their grades, where it's like one little thing will bring your grade down so much. Like taking a sack will bring your grade down so much, and obviously an interception. And the thing is, okay, I get that, but at the same time, it's like he took a sack, a really bad sack against the Ravens in the first quarter on the first possession. But then the next play, he throws a 16-yard dot, and I think I might be able to show the footage of that. But like that's the thing, right? Like he threw a 16-yard absolute dot right after he took the sack, so the sack didn't matter. I think they should. I don't know if they do. Maybe I'll look into it, but I think they should take that into account. Did your bad play actually affect the team? Because it didn't. He made up for that bad play. So like I'm wondering what that 70 grade is, because, and it's still good, but I think it was better than that. I think he had a really good performance. Like, Jake Fromm also looked good, but I think he should be right up there with him. And he was going up against, I guess not the first team because the Ravens were, resting some starters, but it was the second team with a few first team defensive players out there for the Ravens. But these are guys that, showed out. I thought Terry looked good for sure. Cole Turner was solid. Like he had a nice block. He had a couple nice catches. Shout out him. Trent Scott had a nice pass, blocking rep that I saw that Jamal put out. And, Jonathan Williams was running hard. Thought he looked good for sure as well. And then I'm trying to think of other receivers. I thought Casimir Allen looked good. His kick returning was solid. Punt returning was really good. And then had a few clutch catches. So I thought Casimir Allen deserved some, a higher grade. But again, don't see all the tape. But yeah. And a huge shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this video. BetUS is the leading online sports betting company. They're very reliable, they're secure, and they've got great customer service. There's so many different sports you can choose from. They got NFL, college football, college basketball, they've got baseball, they got NBA, they've got hockey, golf, soccer. Any sport you can think of, they got, and you can bet on it. You can do live bets, you can do parlays, futures, so many different bets. And if you use my link in the description, you can get 125% first time deposit match. So if you put in 100, you'll get $225 back to play around with, to bet. So it's a really good deal, and it's really easy to sign up. Just click that link, or if you go onto their site, you can hit that get started button once you're on there after you click the link. And yeah, bet responsibly. And yeah, thanks for sponsoring the video, BetUS. Before we get to the defense, I wanted to show this grade. So Howell had an 83.5 PFF grade on throws 10 to 19 yards downfield last night. So that's an elite grade. That's really good. That'll be in the title of the video. His normal grade wasn't amazing. It was good. It was above average, 71. But his throws or grade on throws 10 to 19, which is intermediate to deep range, was 83.5, which is really good. So now let's get into defensive guys. So highest graded was William Bradley King. Didn't notice him too much, but again, was with some friends yesterday, so I wasn't able to pay attention as much as I wanted to. A lot of people talking, but I saw a couple plays that he made. Kendall Smith, nice interception there. Some other guys. I'll shout out everyone. Josh Calu, who they recently signed, a couple weeks ago. Benning, Patoa, or however you pronounce his name, has been around for a couple years. Josh Pryor, James Smith-Williams made a couple plays, David Mayo, Tree Castro Fields, Jeremy Reeves, Jace Whitaker. So a lot of lower tier guys besides Jeremy Reeves and James Smith-Williams. All these guys are I don't know how many are going to make the team. William Bradley King, I don't think he's making it. Kendall Smith isn't making it. Josh Calu isn't making it. Benning isn't making it. Pryor isn't making it. Castro Fields or Jace Whitaker aren't making it. So these guys are helping their chances of making the practice squad and maybe making another team's roster. Some of the younger guys that just got drafted or, that were undrafted free agents. So shout out to them. But there was some other guys that looked okay out there. Quan Martin, a lot of people are going to say, he should be on the studs list. But the thing with him is, yeah, he got the interception, but first, really bad tackling effort on the touchdown earlier. And then he also, on that interception, he got cooked. He got beat. He just got lucky the ball was underthrown. So I just wanted to mention that. I really don't think Quan Martin is ready to play right away. Besides special teams, on defense, I think you're going to have to, if you're up by a lot, start playing him a little bit more. Get him used to the actual NFL speed, against first teamers. Like, start getting him used to it, and then slowly and slowly integrate him more, and I think he'll be ready by the end of the year. And I still believe in him. I think he can be a solid player, but I don't think he's ready yet. I really don't think he's ready yet. So yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. I really hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, turn on that notification bell as well. I might also make a Sam Howell video today, hyping him up a little bit. So yeah, man, peace.